2, 1. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Good as Gold number 36. I'm OrD, that's ORD. You can find me at all these beautiful places down below, down there. You see ORD_SC2 on Twitter for all of your tournament updates. There's all kinds of cool prizes that are going on in the future. Sorry about that background noise. This is Game 1 of the semifinals of Good as Gold number 36 on Thursday, May 31st. We are going to be on Cloud Kingdom. It is a PVZ between a previous champion and a first-timer, and they are already in the money because that's right, this tournament we have a $50 prize pool. Let's bring you into the game and say hello to our co-caster, Mr. Lefty. Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How did all of your article writing and whatnot go over the last week?
It's been going all right. Red Bull Land was very interesting. I don't want to brag too much, but I did pick 7 of the 8 people to make it to day 2. So,
Nice. I'm going to do those intros real quick. In the bottom left-hand corner, you see we have the beautifully colored Zerg. It is Ben Thek. And who do we have in the upper right?
well, we have a purple Protoss going by the name of Ice Cold Water. Which is, I guess that's what happens when you get really, really cold water, is it turns purple.
Nice. I like that.
So,
So you were telling us that you got 7 out of 8 correct at Red Bull Land?
yeah. I kind of went out on a ledge and picked Liquid Chef to advance in his group, and Sase was like, yeah, actually, I've been training in Korea for the past 3 months, so I'm really good.
Yeah, Sase did fantastic.
Yeah, so.
A lot of his matchups were PvP, if I remember correctly, though.
Well, he did beat Sheth in a PVZ, or, yeah. No, he lost to Seth in a PVZ, but he'd already won ahead of them. He beat 2 Terrans, actually. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, we see a
But
little
there
bit
were,
of a
the day
delay.
2, there was quite a bit of PvP action, is what you're probably thinking of.
There
So,
was. We have a bit of delay going on for Ben Thek on his first hatchery. He kind of sometimes will throw it down earlier than this. Looks like he wanted to get the gas probably for the ling speed first and foremost. He is scouting right now the fact that there is a pylon on the low ground as if it's a Forge Fast expand, but there's nothing else being constructed just yet.
yeah, I was actually going to mention that both players had a worker patrolling near their opponent's natural. We can see that the Nexus has gone down for Ice Cold instead of the Forge, so Ben could definitely look to put on some pressure here, maybe, though it is quite a long run distance.
Yeah, it looks like he has decent timing with the spawning pool. He's a little bit behind with enough gas for it. There he goes. Probably see speed being researched shortly. Or maybe not. I thought that he was trying to delay the whole gateway pylon action that we do see Ice Cold Water get laid down. So that drone being a little bit out of position. The Forge is now able to complete, and no expansion as of yet for Ben Thek, so I'm not really sure what his plan is right now.
Of course, it is standard now in this matchup to go pool first, just in case your opponent decides to cannon rush you after going Forge first. So it could just be a defensive tactic. We could just see Bentek go in here, poke out, make sure that can't put any pressure on, and then probably take 2 expansions, I would guess.
Quite
But
possibly. I mean, these Zerglings are going to arrive just at the wrong moment and realize that, oh darn, we're dead.
yeah, exactly. But where did Ice Cold Probes go? Did they get picked off?
He cancels that one. Okay. Looks like, yeah, getting rid of the choke point. Always a good idea against Protoss. Definitely seen that happen a lot to both Zerg and to Terran. A few Colossus on a choke point or a Sentry cutting an army in half. Just never fun to be on the receiving end of that from Protoss.
Well, yeah, it's nice to see his links doing something. Like, they're scout with them in this position here. I'd like to see one on the watchtower, just in case something tried to slip by. But
Oh yeah, definitely. He could control both of them, really.
yeah, but at least he's like doing something with his links. Too often we see players just make a bunch of units and then not do anything with them. So this at least there's someone active. And I wonder if you noticed that probe that one ran by. Ice Cold was a little nervous and then it's like, yeah, I'm going to run him out anyway.
It looks like he may have just missed it. A bit of a cheeky move to do, but he didn't respond anyway. And checking his cam, he's just in his home base right now. So looks like he's just thinking about where he wants to send his overlords.
Ice Cold, check for that third, didn't see it yet, so it's got to feel pretty comfortable since he's on two base.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's two base Zerg versus two base Protoss. It's pretty even.
Yeah, we open the income tab, we see that, yeah, they're more or less even. Looks, in fact, a bit of the advantage still going to ice cold water as we wait for Ben to start to saturate his expansion.
Yeah, he just popped out 4 drones, so we should see him spike up just a little bit. He did throw a second gas down and is getting a layer already, so we might be going into mutas here.
Interesting. I think they can be very effective on this map. It just depends, you know, if ice cold water decides to go for an early blink, then it's, oh, Stargate going
Interesting.
down, and then 3 gateways following up right behind that. So the cyber core is almost done with warp gate. We're gonna have 4 gates and a Stargate. So I think he's going maybe for that Phoenix uh, warp gate army.
Yeah, I mean, if he was playing Terran, I'd be like, oh, it's a Warp Prism, or not Warp Prism, Void Ray Pressure. But against Zerg, I'm not really sure what he could do. I don't think he knows that like Benthic is on a layer already. But it would be neat to see him get out possibly Phoenixes here, and maybe we'll get lucky and see the Phoenix range upgrade that we never get to see.
That'd be cool. That is actually extremely effective against Muta. Benthic putting down his third now and throwing up that infestation pit, maybe going for early hive tech.
Well, he could be doing Ling Infestor also, because he's only pumping out Lings right now. And he's just, yeah, like you said, he's taking his third. Warp Gate is finished, so there's 4 gates down for Ice Cold, and he's getting a Void Ray, which he's probably going to use to try to pressure this third, but I don't know if it's going to be too effective.
I'm a little confused about Ice Cold's play is that he has sentries in front of the Zealot on his little wall-off area. That's a mistake, probably. But also he has no forward pylons of any kind, and he's going with a pretty heavy warp gate composition. So I don't know. It looks like we may just have a standoff for a pretty long time between these two players. The Void Ray now is moving out on its own. Looks like the Lings are just missing. Oh, they caught it by being next to that Zelnog and killing the Zealot. So the Void Ray has been scouted. Queens are being positioned. Oh, actually, he abandons his main and cancels the Hive upgrade.
Yeah, that's probably smart actually. This way he can get, because without it he wouldn't be able to get out another queen. So this way he's getting 2 more queens on the way, so it would be a good job to fight it. It would have been nicer to see like some of the creep spread, because now this third is like undefended. He's pretty much just going to lose this, I think. I don't see any way of him getting one of those queens to tiptoe their way down here in time.
Yeah, and actually I was about to say I don't like the decision from Ice Cold Water to just let all those overlords live, but never mind. He's definitely going to kill the space. There's just nothing to protect it. Laying down the Hydralisk Den, and that may be an overreaction actually, because the Stargate is dormant and a robo facility has been laid down. There's no third base on the way just yet. However, the sentries are moving out to take out those Lings that are in the way. And yeah, this Queen's going to pop out just in time to be useless.
Well, I mean, yes, it'll chase away the Void Rays
Oh, it
anyway.
doesn't even get out. Oh, I thought it
Oh,
would.
wow.
That second Void Ray really adding enough DPS to take care of that.
Oh, for sure. It looks here that, no, I mean, the standard response to Void Rays is to get Hydras. However, the standard response to Hydras is to get Colossi. So it's almost working perfectly in Ice Cold's favor. He's like, I went Void Rays. So then Benthek's like, well, I need something that shoots up. So, ooh, nice
Yeah, that
transfuse
was
there.
very nice. A little bit of good micro out of the Void Rays there. Lost more life than perhaps was necessary, and they return home. These Lings not doing anything. That was an unfortunate misstep when Benthek lost the Lings at the third. He had an opportunity for a run-in to get some scout information or something, but he didn't do that. Now the Void Rays trying to dominate the map, and the third base is going up for Ice Cold Water as Ben is supply blocked and has been the whole time I've been muttering on, and has yet to lay down his third. So it looks like he's about ready to commit himself to a 2-base all-in off of Hydra Ling.
That's not going to be very good either.
No.
Especially +1 is finished for the Stalkers and the Zealots. So if the Zealot gets in range of a Hydralisk, the Hydralisk is pretty much dead. Now, granted, they both do really good damage against, light units, both the Hydras and the Zealots. And usually the Zealot can't get in there, but if he does, man.
All right, here we go. The third base is now being laid down again by Benthic, but he's got to know that the third for Ice Cold got laid down. Now, he didn't actually see it happen, but when he lost those Lings, I'm sure he suspected it. And so I would really like to see him probably double expand here
Um,
in order to
yeah,
catch
I
back
really
up.
would like to, I would like to see him go ahead and expand down to that natural fourth that we see most players take from here because the Hydras can actually cover both relatively easily, especially with that creep tumor now spreading creep that way.
Yes.
I like what Ice Cold has done and actually walled off this backside here to prevent Ling run by, so he still only has two openings for three bases. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, that is very solid. He's got that Colossus out, and he's actually got a fairly formidable force, even though it's very small at the moment. And I'm actually surprised to see that he doesn't have more money than that right now. He's definitely got a few upgrades going on, but a little bit surprised at his slow resource collection rate. Yeah, he's not been taking advantage of the fact that he's been on three base for so long. The Ling run by is attempted, and it runs into a gateway that's almost being done. However, there are sentries and Colossi galore there, and these Lings, ooh, don't run away quite quick enough, but most of them survive. A second Colossus now joins the first, and a third is already being chronoed out. There is no saturation at Ben's third yet. He's just hanging out with his Hydralisk there. Looks like he's a little bit out of sorts right now, still trying to figure out what he wants to do after being forced into Hydras.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't happy. He's going for Ultralisks now, which you don't often see in this matchup. But because if a good Blink Stalker Micro will just kill Ultras every day of the week. But it should be fun to see Ultras running in, and I would really like to see Ice Cold respond naturally with the Force Fields as you do as a Protoss when anything runs at you, and then just watch the Ultralisk trample over them.
That would be fun to see. A nice photon cannon placement out of Ice Cold. Perhaps a little wasteful, but with the clear intent from Ben to use Ling run-bys, not a bad idea to just invest in that to slow down the Lings.